Welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Sean Anderson. Thank you for watching. On this edition of Coach's Corner, we're chatting with Ponca City High School head baseball coach Drew Burris. And Coach Burris, big week last week, 4-1 last week. You took two from Southmore, traveled there. They traveled here. You won both of those games. You head into the Guthrie tournament. You go 2-1. Can you give us any highlights from those 5 games last week?
Yeah, it was a very good week overall. You know, we always strive for either 500 week or better, and to go 4-1 overall was just outstanding with 2 big district wins. And both kind of came in different fashions. Against Southmore, started off ahead, jumped ahead of them really big. They came back, tied it. We responded, ended up winning the game, and then the next day, it was kind of a reverse role. They jumped up on us, we made some mistakes, and we ended up coming back in the last 2 or 3 innings to win the game. Very exciting. And then roll into the Guthrie tournament and continue that momentum. One of the things that's helping us so far right now is we're swinging the bats really, really well, which is it's a nice change from what was happening early in the year. We're able to put up some runs and put pressure on people and getting good pitching performances. I mean, Aaron Hosack threw on Monday for us, and he threw really well. Casey Anderson started in the Guthrie tournament against Woodward, pitched really solid, and then we had a kid by the name of Carson Shook that made his first varsity start against a good Clinton squad that's won 20 games this year. He limited to 4 hits and no earned runs in 7 innings, so it was quite impressive. It was a good week overall, though.
Yeah, well, this is the time of year. It's a great time for these things to start happening, taking momentum into the end of the regular season and then on to regionals. Still some season remaining here. Enid, in fact, as we tape this today on Monday, you're watching this later in the week, so the Enid game has already happened. But Enid, today, big rivalry game. Tell us about this, what you can expect out of Enid.
Be a tough game. They are district champions. They're undefeated in district so far. They've got a group of sophomores and juniors similar to what we have that they're very talented. They've got a coach that's won a lot of state championships, been to the state tournament a lot, turned around a lot of programs, and he's kind of done the same thing with Enid. It won't be easy, but it'll be a rivalry game, and see what can happen. All these things kind of prepare us for later on. So,
well, same schedule from last week when the Wildcats traveled to Southmore, and then Southmore came here. Enid's in town today, and tomorrow you're traveling to Enid.
Yes.
All right. So it'll be a two-game series there, and then right back here on Thursday, Bixby will be in town. So perhaps you're watching this. Get out there and back the Cats and Bixby that game Thursday evening. Tell us about Bixby.
It'll be a good kind of to see where we're at in the season. We played them opening up this year, and it wasn't pretty, to put it lightly. I mean, it was about everything and anything that could go wrong did go wrong for us in that opening game. And so it'll be a good test as far as to see where we are at, see how much we've progressed throughout the course of the year. So look forward to it.
A big makeup game with Northwest Classen. Where do they rank?
Northwest Classen's a 5A program. You look at their record, and the record's going to be a lot better than what you would think it would be, mainly because they play a lot of the Oklahoma City school area schools. So it's a game that we got a chance to build upon and have some success as we go into regional play next week.
All right, and then of course after that makeup game with Northwest Classen, now we're talking regionals, and the Pohai baseball team really, like we said last week, 4-1. A lot of things happening. Some good throwing, some incredible hitting. You know, your athletes are connecting with the ball. Well, great time of year to start seeing that build and that momentum heading into regionals. Can you give us? I know it's a little early, but can you give us a preview of how regionals works?
Well, it'll be a little bit different this year than what it has been in the past. We operate on a district format in which our place in district kind of determines where we go. In the past, we've had 8 teams in a regional or in a district. This year, we only have 7. So the way it's playing out right now, if they were to start today, we'd be going to Enid and playing either Sapulpa or Stillwater based upon where these guys end up finishing up. So it'd be a 3-team district was something that's new to us, new to a lot of people, so it's kind of hard to tell how that will actually play out. But good news is we've seen all these teams throughout the course of this year, so we'll be prepared as far as going in there. And like I said, with this young team playing our best baseball right now, we hope we can continue it for the next coming weeks and just build as we go into regionals.
Yeah, absolutely. Individual players you want to give mention to, players perhaps that have worked exceptionally hard in practice, certainly showing improvement in game situations. Who can you, and you might forget someone. I hope not. We don't want to upset any parents, but I'm kind of putting you on the spot here. But anyone you want to bring up?
You know, we've got such a young baseball squad that one of the things that you have to start with is our seniors. You know, P.O. Sills, Austin Wilkins, Carson Officer. You know, they've been great leaders throughout the course of this year and helping to provide inspiration and, you know, not letting anybody get down. That's been a big thing for them. And then seeing the progress of some of our younger classmen just stepping up as the year has gone on. You know, all of them have done certain things throughout the course of the year. You know, we commend Cody Ryan, he's our catcher, on his leadership and just the progress that he's made all year. We've got, you know, our guys that have been in the lineup for a couple of years, and Eli Wool and Aaron Hosack, that these guys continue to perform day in, day out. Tanner Denton's in the same category. You know, Mason Stillman, all of these guys that are able to sit there and just contribute each and every single day, and you just see the progress that they make. And you know, not so coincidentally, their success in the past week has been the success of this team. I mean, when all of those guys are doing their parts, you know, we have success too many times. And athletics, everybody kind of wants to sit there and go, well, what changes have you made in the, you know, in the course of 2 weeks? And it's not much we've done. We continue to do the same things that we've always done. You know, I've got a great staff, and we just continue to preach the same things day in, day out. And certain times it just clicks with the kids, and it seems to be doing that right now. Hopefully it continues. So.
Absolutely. Coach Drew Burris with us on this edition of Coach's Corner. As you drive by on 5th Street, the baseball stadium right next to the high school, you're going to see a sign outside, baseball today, right? And you see that sign, that means it's time to get there and back the Cats. And again, Bixby in town on Thursday, another makeup game. In that Northwest Classen game, they're going to be here, is that correct?
No, we'll be at
You're going to travel to Northwest Classen,
yes.
Okay. So really, as you're watching this, Bixby, really your only opportunity to back the Cats this season, as you'll be on the road for regionals, of course.
Yep.
All right, Coach Drew Burris, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right, it's always a pleasure when we get a chance to have the head coach of the Ponca City Wildcat baseball team on the show, and that's going to do it for this edition of Coach's Corner. For Coach Drew Burris, I'm Sean Anderson, and thank you for watching.